Today, I'm going to be testing my knowledge about the Second World War by taking Brian Wiles' test on it. Let's get into it.
How much do you know about the Axis and the Allies? That's right, it's time to test your knowledge of World War II. I've got 50 questions for you, and make sure you keep track of your score so you can download one of these free certificates at the end of the quiz. All right, let's get started. Here comes question 1 of the ultimate World War II quiz. The French line of defense that proved woefully ineffective against invading German forces was known as the Gustav Line, the Alsace Line, or the Maginot Line.
The Maginot Line. That was the answer number 1, the Maginot Line.
The Maginot Line.
Yes.
This British mathematician helped decipher German Enigma codes, which provided invaluable intelligence to the Allies. Was it Alan Turing, G.H. Hardy, or Bertrand Russell?
G.H. Hardy, I think.
Alan Turing. The Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor occurred on what infamous day? December 7th,
December
1941, November 11th, 1940, or January 1st, 1942?
December 7th, 1941.
December 7th, 1941. The figure seen here was designed to represent the millions of American women who supported the war effort at home. What was her name?
Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter, Wendy the Welder, or Carrie the Carpenter?
Carrie the Carpenter, bro. It's Rosie the Riveter.
Rosie the Riveter.
Let's go.
What nation suffered the highest overall death rate in World War II? Germany, Japan, or the Soviet Union?
The Soviet Union. It's pretty sad. They lost a lot of guys.
The Soviet Union.
Yeah.
This city endured a 900-day siege while resisting German occupation. Was it Paris, Leningrad, or Kyiv?
Leningrad. It's an easy one.
Leningrad.
Yep.
Which of the following countries did not take place in World War II, at least officially? Ireland, Australia, or Finland?
Ireland. That's another easy one.
Ireland.
Here. Yep.
Who led the French regime at Vichy, which openly collaborated with Nazi Germany?
Oh.
Jean Moulin, Philippe Pétain, or Georges Clemenceau?
Philippe
Pétain.
Yep, got it.
This
Can't
German
pronounce it, though.
battleship was famously sunk in May 1941 after
Bismarck.
a dramatic
Yep.
chase in the Atlantic. Was it the Bismarck, the Tirpitz, or the Scharnhorst?
The Bismarck. There's a really cool Sabaton song about the
Bismarck.
Bismarck. You should check it out.
At the height of its power, the German Air Force was known as the Wehrmacht, the Luftwaffe, or the Kriegsmarine.
Okay, I'm going to pause it right there. The answer to this one is the Luftwaffe. The Wehrmacht was like the army, and the Kriegsmarine was the navy. So just want to clear that up.
The Luftwaffe.
Yep.
In English, the Japanese word kamikaze literally translates to great storm, sacred fire, or divine wind.
Divine wind. I don't remember how I knew that, but I know it's
Divine wind.
Yep.
Anne Frank wrote her famous diary while hiding in what occupied city? Vienna, Paris, or Amsterdam?
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam.
Yep.
Nazi Germany relied on a tactic known as blitzkrieg to defeat opponents in the early years of the war. But what does blitzkrieg refer to? Devastating artillery bombardment, rapid and overwhelming advances, or systematic trench warfare?
Rapidly and overwhelming advances. I think that's the answer.
Rapid and overwhelming advances. Who commanded American forces in the South Pacific and famously declared, "I shall return"? Douglas MacArthur, Chester
Douglas
Nimitz,
MacArthur.
or George S. Patton? Douglas MacArthur. Who was the Emperor of Japan during World War II? Hirohito, Akihito, or Taisho?
Hirohito.
Hirohito. Almost 340,000 British and French troops were famously rescued from oncoming German forces at this site in May 1940. Was it Calais, Dunkirk, or Cherbourg?
The answer to this one was Dunkirk.
Dunkirk. D-Day, the Allied landing on the beaches of Normandy, took place on what day? June 6, 1944, July 4th, 1944, or May 8th, 1945?
June 6th, 1944.
June 6, 1944. American code talkers spoke a variety of languages that were unintelligible to Axis forces, including Gaelic, Navajo, or Cantonese.
Gaelic. And the answer is Navajo.
Navajo. Over 700 resistance fighters took up arms against Nazi occupiers in the largest Jewish uprising of the war, which took place in this city. Was it Vienna, Prague, or Warsaw?
Warsaw. Another
Warsaw.
Sabaton song about that.
American forces destroyed 4 Japanese carriers during this decisive battle in June 1942, which
Just
helped
watched the
turn the
movie.
tide
Again,
of the
pretty
Pacific
good.
War. Was it Okinawa, Midway, or Iwo Jima?
It was Midway. That's an easy one.
Midway Island. Operation Barbarossa was the code name for what? The German invasion of the USSR, the Allied invasion of occupied France, or the Russian invasion of Poland?
The German invasion of the USSR.
The German invasion of the USSR. German forces launched a surprise counteroffensive in December 1944 that evolved into the deadliest single battle fought by U.S. forces. Was it the Battle of the Bulge, the Battle of Berlin, or the Battle of Kursk?
Battle of the Bulge.
The Battle of the Bulge. German officers secretly tried to assassinate Hitler with a briefcase bomb in Operation Deadlight, Stonewall, or Valkyrie?
Operation Valkyrie. Yeah.
Valkyrie. Which Norwegian trader's name became synonymous with collaborator? Vidkun Quisling, Adolf Eichmann, or Ante Pavlich?
Oh, I don't know this one. I'm going to say...
Vidkun Quisling. Which of the following was
guess
the
on that
premier
one.
British fighter plane that helped defend the UK during the Battle of Britain? The
I know
Spitfire, the Mustang, or the Wildcat?
Spitfire. There we go. Spitfire.
The Spitfire.
Cool.
The wartime U.S. intelligence agency that preceded the CIA was called what? The Office of Strategic Services, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, or the Central Security Service?
Office of Strategic
The Office
Services.
of Strategic Services. Which Allied nation was responsible for storming Juno Beach during the D-Day landings? The United States,
You can literally
Canada,
see it.
or the UK?
It's Canada.
Canada. The trials that prosecuted prominent Nazis after the war were held in what city? Berlin, Nuremberg, or Frankfurt?
Nuremberg. Imagine they did it in Berlin.
Nuremberg.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Japanese occupation was notoriously brutal, as evidenced in the famous massacre of what Chinese city? Shanghai, Qingdao, or Nanjing?
Shanghai.
Nanjing. The 1945 conference in which Allied leaders finalized plans for post-war Germany was held where? Potsdam, Yalta,
Potsdam.
or Casablanca? Potsdam. Approximately 2.5 million soldiers from this nation volunteered to support the Allies, comprising the largest volunteer fighting force in history. Was it China, the Philippines, or India?
I'm going to go with India.
India.
Let's go.
Which of the following was not one of the 5 landing beaches on D-Day? Sword Beach,
one.
Omaha
Yep.
Beach, or Sabre Beach?
Sabre Beach was not a beach.
Sabre Beach.
That'd be a cool name,
The
though.
Tuskegee Airmen were an elite group of American pilots who made history in part because of what? They were Hollywood stunt pilots, they were largely African American, or they were volunteers from Latin America.
I have I'm going to go with B.
They were largely African
Forget it.
American.
I kind of guessed
Which
on
of the
that one.
following was not a German tank model in World War II? The Tiger II, the Panther II, or the Lion II?
Lion 2 was not one.
The Lion II. The Winter War was fought between Soviet Russia and which other nation? Poland, Germany, or Finland?
Finland. That's the answer.
Finland. Which notorious Nazi doctor famously escaped to South America at the end of the war?
I know.
Heinrich Himmler, Joseph Mengele, or Ernst Röhm?
Ernest Rome, I think.
Joseph Mengele. Allied bombing devastated this German city, famous for its porcelain, in December 1945. Was it Munich, Dresden, or Stuttgart?
Dresden. I actually went there. I saw the firebombing.
Dresden.
It was kind of sad.
The secret police of Nazi Germany were known as what? The Gestapo, the Brown Shirts, or the Volksstern?
Gestapo's the answer. Pause.
The Gestapo.
Yep.
This famous photo pictures American troops raising the flag after a hard-fought victory on what island? Okinawa, Guam, or Iwo Jima?
Oh, Iwo Jima.
Iwo Jima.
Yep.
The crucial battles of El Alamein, fought in the deserts of North Africa, ended in what outcome? A decisive Allied victory, a decisive Axis victory, or a stalemate?
I think it was an Allied victory.
A decisive Allied victory. This man was the director of the Manhattan Project and is sometimes called the father of the atomic bomb.
Yep.
Was it Albert Einstein, Niels Bohr, or J. Robert Oppenheimer?
They have a movie.
J. Robert Oppenheimer. Why did the U.S. government detain
Oppenheimer.
approximately 120,000 people in internment camps during the war? They were alleged Nazi sympathizers, they refused military service, or they were of Japanese descent.
They were of Japanese descent. Pause there.
They were Japanese.
They did it with Italians and Germans as well. So a lot of people think it was just the Italians, but they did it with Germans and Italians as well. Not as much, but they definitely did it. So let's keep watching.
Descent. In 1941, which world leader famously said, "Never, never, never give in"? Franklin D. Roosevelt, Winston Churchill, or Bernard Montgomery?
Winston Churchill. Cool dude.
Winston Churchill. The fall of this British colony to the Japanese in February 1942 led to the largest surrender of British troops in history. Was it Singapore, Hong Kong, or Calcutta?
I don't actually know. I'm gonna go with Hong Kong.
Singapore. German submarines were commonly known as S-boats, T-boats, or U-boats.
There are U-boats. Got me an S-boat, guys.
U-boats. The Gustav Line was a German line of defense designed to stop the Allies from advancing where? Western France, Central Italy, or Eastern Poland?
Central Italy.
Central Italy. French citizens who actively opposed Nazi occupation were referred to as what? The Underground, the Resistance, or the Fifth Column?
The Resistance.
The Resistance. Which German commander was nicknamed the Desert Fox? Erich von Manstein, Heinz Guderian, or Erwin Rommel?
I think it was Erwin Roland.
Erwin Rommel.
Your
On
boys still
November
got
9th,
it.
1938, Nazis and sympathizers destroyed thousands of Jewish businesses and places of worship in an infamous pogrom known as what? Kristallnacht, Lebensraum, or Volkisch?
Kristallnacht, I think.
Kristallnacht.
Your boy still got it.
What pact, signed in 1939, pledged neutrality between Germany and the
Another
Soviet Union? The Warsaw Pact, the Tripartite Pact, or the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact?
Warsaw Pact. Bro, these names are catching me so
The
hard.
Molotov-Ribbentrop
pretty funny.
Pact. Congratulations, you've now finished the quiz. Great work. Don't forget to post your score in the comments below. And
Okay,
here
that's going to be the end of today's video. If you watched this far, oh my gosh, you've got an attention span of a regular human being, which is so hard. This is how many I got right. This is how many I got wrong. Hopefully it's not too bad. And Brian Wales, please don't sue me for using your video. Like actual videos in the description below if you want to just watch that. So, bye.